So to start cooking your delicious soup, you're going to begin by placing some oxtail meat in a large saucepan, and you're going to add a full circle of seasonal and 2 full circles of salt. Then toss all the ingredients together well in the saucepan. Then you're going to add 1 medium-sized onion to the saucepan, and next you're going to finely chop about 1/4 of a medium-sized onion. And you can do this on a chopping board, or if you have amazing chopping skills like my mum, you can do this whilst you're holding the onion, but please be very, very careful. Finally, we add 1 scotch bonnet. It won't be a Ghanaian soup without at least 1 scotch bonnet in your dish. And then you're going to place that to one side. Now we're going to start making the tomato mix. So in a blender, you're going to add a can of plum tomatoes, 2 scotch bonnets, 5 cloves of garlic, small piece of ginger, and then you're going to add 2 onions that are roughly chopped. Then you're going to blend this until smooth. So now we've completed the first 2 preparation steps for this dish, and we're now going to focus on preparing the peanut butter mix. So in a medium-sized saucepan, you're going to add 400 grams of smooth peanut butter, followed by 500 ml of warm water, and you're going to whisk this until well combined using a whisk. Then you're going to add 1½ teaspoons of tomato puree. You're going to heat this initially to high heat for 5 minutes before reducing it to medium heat. Then you can focus your attention back onto the oxtail meat. So with the lid fully on, you're going to steam the oxtail meat for 10 minutes before you add the blended tomato mix, followed by 3 cups of water and 1.5 teaspoons of tomato puree. Give it a good mix before steaming with the lid fully on for 45 minutes. So after 20 minutes of the peanut butter mix boiling, you're going to add 2 tablespoons of vegetable oil. Make sure that you mix well and continue to stir occasionally for a further 10 minutes before you turn off the heat, and you may need to reduce the heat during this time if it does overboil. So after 45 minutes of the soup steaming, you're going to add 1 litre of boiling hot water from the kettle. Then following this, you're going to add 800 grams of palmnut concentrate. And this is not the oil, this is the sauce, and you can get this from Afro-Caribbean supermarkets, Ghanaian supermarkets, and if you're lucky, from the international food aisle from major supermarkets such as Tesco or Asda, but you have to double check with those last 2 options. After this, just make sure that you mix everything well together before you do add your peanut butter mix that you previously cooked. So you're going to add everything in. So make sure that you do grab a spoon to spoon in the remaining peanut butter that will remain in the saucepan. After this, you are going to top up the volume of the soup. So you're going to add 2 litres of boiling hot water. And just make sure that everything at the end is mixed very well. So just grab a large spoon and just give everything a really good mix. You are going to boil this for an hour actually, and you're going to spend like 30 minutes boiling this with the lid half on, so it's going to be 30 minutes with the lid half on, just so that you prevent the soup from overboiling, and that will risk the soup just spilling over. So you're going to spend 30 minutes with the lid half on and 30 minutes with the lid fully on. So please remember this. So thank you so much for staying tuned so far. We're almost done with this recipe. So after an hour of the soup cooking, you're going to actually rinse some smoked catfish. You can actually get this already smoked and ready to buy from the Ghanaian supermarket. So my mum at this point is just rinsing the smoked catfish, but don't rinse it too much because you do risk removing the lovely smoked flavour that you're going to add to the dish. So you're going to break it up into smaller sections before adding it to the soup. Then this is optional, you can add scotch bonnets at this point. You're going to actually boil for another 40 minutes with the lid half on before you do serve it with either rice ball or fufu or rice, or you can have it by itself. Please let me know how you find this recipe, and I hope you do end up making it and enjoying it. Please subscribe for more videos. Thank you.